This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I'm your guy, Scoots Bronson,
And I am S. Foster.
and this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, bro?
Oh man, can't call it, man. It's been a week, man. It's been a week. But before I jump into a few things, man, how you doing, man? First of all, how you been? How you feeling? How the hip?
Man, it's getting better, man. I've been taking painkillers like a addict, man. But so far, so good. I get this X-ray done. You know what I'm saying? See what they tell me. Hopefully, it's just a muscle strain, and it's not what everybody else been saying. Everybody else been saying it could be my sciatic nerve, but I know that'll mess you up in the long run. So hopefully, it's not that. Hopefully, it's just something small like a muscle strain.
Man, hopefully, man. I hope it ain't nothing serious, man. We don't need none of that, man.
Man, not at all, man. Not at all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, man, it's been a crazy week. Like I had you know what I'm saying, got my wisdom tooth pulled Monday. You know what I'm saying? That's why we pushed the one episode a day up. You know what I'm saying? But obviously your boy's good. Been on a couple of painkillers, but you know, I didn't need it too much though. I didn't need it too much. Like it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Hey, but your boy was struggling for a minute though, because I was struggling for a minute because I dropped my prescription off, and so it took CVS. They ain't even hit me. I waited like 2 hours, and then man, I started to feel it, but I was like, oh shit! But I had up there and go get it.
Yeah, that mouth pain is different, bro. That's something you can't touch, man. You got to be careful when you mess with that, boy. That'll make the strongest man in the world break down.
Hey, the last time that first wisdom tooth I got taken out, boy, it had my whole right side hurting, like all the way up, tip of my head down, like to my shoulder, dude. I was like, man, I got to get this thing out of here, boy. But yeah, man, it's been wild, man. Before we jump into it, man, got some bad news 2 days ago. You know, we lost a legend, Cicely Tyson.
Yep.
We got to at least mention that we do a movie podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know a ton about Cicely Tyson. You know, I do know. You know what I'm saying, she is a legend in the game. You know, I seen her, you know, in a couple of movies. The last thing I seen her in was How to Get Away with Murder. So I just wanted to mention that, man, since we do a movie podcast. I just wanted to mention her name, and you know, but she lived a long life, man. You know, she died at 94, and she just put a book out 3 days ago. That's crazy. Like she did an interview with Gayle King and put a book out 3 days ago. So, you know, rest in peace, rest in heaven to the great Cicely Tyson.
Yeah, for sure, man. I remember, you know, she's been in so many movies, you know what I'm saying, and I think she even did like Broadway for a minute, man. Like she's just always been, you know what I'm saying. Like to me, she's like, well, I ain't gonna say she's like, they're like the male versions of Cicely Tyson. Like if you think of like a James Earl Jones or a Morgan Freeman or you know what I'm saying, somebody like that, like they've been able to extend their careers to, you know what I'm saying, to make them so good. You know, they've always been, you know, those, you know what I'm saying, prolific actors and actresses, and they've always, you know, stole the scene whenever they was in it. And I feel like she's just one of those people who, you know, get in that light. So definitely rest up. Rest easy to her.
Yes, sir, man. But it's a little special shout out I wanted to do real quick, man. I got something from a person that we mentioned on this podcast. You know, he's a part of the team, man. It's my boy Casey. He was telling me, he was like, man, I got something, you know, I got something in the cooking up for you, man. He was like, my daughter's been working on something. She wanted to do something for you, you know, for your birthday. And he was just saying that, you know, he had an idea. So his 13-year-old daughter, I'm sorry if I get it wrong. I think you pronounce it Kylie, Kaylee. So she put together this picture for me, man, and it is it is awesome, dude, because it got like a lot of the things that I love in it, man. And like for the people that's looking visually, like it, like all of the words in the middle is basically the lyrics to. Well, not basically, it is the lyrics to my favorite, like literally my favorite song for the past 2 years. Well, last year has been "I Can See" by Mac Miller. So that's what the words are in the middle. So it got that whole song lyrics in it. And then at the top, very top in the middle, they got this canister thing that got my oldest son name in it. And then it has the Stolen Time Podcast new logo. And then for the people that don't know, like it got puzzle pieces on it, and puzzle pieces symbolizes autism. So my oldest son got autism. So that's what the puzzle pieces are. And in the top puzzle piece, it has I'm a Florida State fan, so it got FSU in it. And it got the spear, and then it got an hourglass in the next one, and then it got my girl rap, you know what I'm saying, with the words hip hop going through it in the white one, and then there's nothing in the purple one. In the green one, it got money signs. So hopefully, I'm trying to get to the green. You know what I'm saying?
Where the money resides, where the money resides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, like you said, like she did a great job with the mic. She
killed this microphone, bro.
Yes, man. Got a microphone with 28 minutes or less around it, and I appreciate that. It also got, if you go to the top, it got the man on the moon with my guy Cuddy. You know what I'm saying, holding the flag that say Kid Cuddy, and then the basketball got my youngest son's name in it, and then I went to Greer. You know what I'm saying, we had the G logo on our helmets like Georgia, so she also put that in there. And then also it got Mac Miller, got I Can See, and it got the Circle, because his last album was called Circles. And then it got the Viewers Anonymous in there. Scoops now made an appearance. Sure. You know what I'm saying? In the Viewers Anonymous logo down at the bottom. And then the last touch, nobody can see it because it's too far away. But at the very bottom, it's a tweet. And Mac Miller tweeted out. He tweeted it out July the 18th. No, July the 31st in 2018. It says, "Be you, you'll be fine."
Yeah,
dude,
that's fire.
That's fire, dude. Like I am so proud of it, man. I want to shout her out. I appreciate her for doing this. I appreciate Casey. You know what I'm saying, for everything that he has done. And even to come up with this, man. So I just wanted to give them, a huge shout out for putting this together. This is definitely going to be, in the background. I'm gonna get my little studio thing figured out here, and I'm gonna have to put that in the background. But I love it. I appreciate it, and just doing this podcast shit, man. Like, to get something like this is worth it, man. So I really appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah, man. And then like the detail that she put into it for her to be 13 and put that type of detail, what I'm saying, in each picture, man. That's special. She got some major skills, man.
Yes, sir.
And
that
she
is
can
so
draw
dope,
way better
man.
than I can. There's no way I'll be able to draw. If I showed y'all, look, this is we went painting one time, right? And this is the painting that I did a long time ago. Let me see if I can bring it up. This is the as good as it gets for my
I remember that
artistic skills. Yeah, that's as good as it gets for my artistic skills. And I made that on accident. So yeah, she got some. Man, look, let's bring that up one more time though, because she did her thing on that, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah, man, it's dope, man. It's like a collage of everything I like, man. Only thing that's missing is the Nike check. So that was dope, man. I appreciate it, man. I sent him a text. I said, man, make sure you tell your daughter I said thank you and I love this, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
That was dope. That was dope, man. But yo, I hit you last weekend, and I said that I was like, dude, I am very disappointed. I said, man, my guy, you know what I'm saying? Our guy. We love Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. You know what I mean? Yeah. But man, our guy Wizard, you know what I'm saying? I think this Nah, I don't think this is his debut. Because I think
Nah,
I
it's
think
not. He did the man with the iron fist or something
Iron
like that
Fist.
too.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But man, he come
yeah.
out with this movie, man, Netflix, and I seen it. And I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It got because I recognize everybody in it.
Mm-hmm.
Except the white dude or Latino dude, whatever he's supposed to be. But
Yeah, I ain't
like
never seen him.
so so I recognize everybody else. So I'm like, oh shit. I was like, all right, I gotta watch this, man. Cutthroat City.
Yeah.
Man. And I text you. I said, yo, I am so disappointed in this man. And you text me today. You finally got a chance. Why you text me
That shit
today?
was trash. That shit was trash. Hey, listen. It was okay. So I understood. Well, I ain't gonna say I understood because I really didn't. The premise of it was supposed to be right after or some time after Hurricane Katrina, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I was confused at. I'm like, when they was getting married, it was like it's a storm coming, and then like it switched to the scene. It was like Hurricane Katrina destroys, New Orleans, and I was like, okay, where are we going with this? So then I'm thinking, because like when it first come on, it showed like the animated scene where it's like some dudes outside with like Confederate flags and you know what I'm saying, they yelling and screaming, talking about come out. So I'm thinking it's about to be about 4 black dudes that basically fight their way through, you know what I'm saying, like these white supremacists that's roaming through, you know what I'm saying, the city trying to take them out or whatever. And then like when they come out the doorway or whatever they did in the little animated scene, like they cutting off heads, they stabbing people, you know what I'm saying? Like they taking people guns, shooting. I'm like, oh, this shit about to be crazy. This about to be lit. And then it's like dude get married. I'm like, hold on, what happened to the action? So none of this is what I thought it was. This dude was like a illustrator or I don't know.
He was an
He could
artist.
draw. Yeah, artist. He could draw or whatever. And then like he had one friend who wanted to be a jazz musician. Nobody knew what the white dude wanted to do. And then his other friend was just
He
a
wanted to
two-bit
be a
dope dealer.
gangster.
Yeah, he was just a two-bit dope
Hey,
dealer.
they say,
And the funniest
they
part,
say,
the funniest part
you the worst
was,
drug dealer ever.
bro, no, let me tell you what's so funny about it. The ironic part about this whole movie was they picked the dude who played Tupac, who looks like Tupac, that was dealing drugs, who wanted to be a rapper. That shit made me laugh my ass off, bro. I said, out of all people to get to play the rapper, you gonna pick Tupac, bro? Like, come on, man.
Dude, that shit was terrible. The acting
And only
was
two
terrible.
of them had some sort of a New Orleans accent.
Dude, it was bad, man.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Terrence Howard was bad.
Yes.
Like the only person that was decent in this movie
I take
was
that back.
Ethan Hawke.
Terrence Howard was actually good in his role, because the role he played was so out of character, like out of this world. Like it made sense for Terrence Howard to play that role, because he actually played that role pretty well, to me at least. Like that wacky dude who done went off the rails a little bit. Like he did his thing in that. I don't know what the fuck they had T.I. doing. T.I. looked crazy.
Hey.
T.I. looked like, and I hate to say this about old Cliff, man. Cliff didn't deserve this, bro. But T.I. looked like he had like dried cum stains and dried milk around his mouth. And it was supposed to be vitiligo, bro.
Vitiligo,
like,
man.
Bro,
It was bad,
bro.
man.
That didn't have nothing to do with nothing.
Dude, it was bad, man. I was like, yeah, nothing to do with nothing. Like, why he gotta have vitiligo? Dude, I was so disappointed. I was like, come on, Wizard, man.
They was
like,
better off letting T.I. have like burn marks on his face. That would have made, you know what I'm saying? Like I could have understood if he had like burn marks. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like he tried to do something and, got caught on fire or something. That would have made more sense. But like to have vitiligo, like what did that have to do with anything in the story? And it looked horrible.
I know. Yeah, it was terrible, man. I hate to mention it just to kill it, but it was like I was just so disappointed, man. I was like, fuck, man. Like Netflix dropping a movie every week and people watched it. It got into the top 5, but I think that once people saw it, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm very interested in what the watch time is on it.
Because I'm like, And I think what it was at the end, it was a vision
Mm-hmm.
because he was, like you said, it didn't make no sense. They got a free pass. The police knew that they was robbing fucking casinos. Give him a free pass.
Yeah.
And they broke, and they're like, we're gonna go do it again. And then we're not do a casino, but they robbed the FEMA place.
The FEMA place. Now, how the hell the FEMA place got money in the safe there?
Dude, what? I have no idea.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it just all of it didn't make sense. Like why would the FEMA place have money in the safe at a non-lockdown location? That's supposed to be a government building technically. Ain't no security around that motherfucker. And the security that was there was like Walmart security.
Not Walmart.
Yeah, that shit was horrible, bro.
Yeah, man. It was bad, man. I hate it. Yeah, I'm with you. Like I want with the White House, like, but then also if it's somebody like me and you, I mean, damn, do we call ourselves movie critics?
I guess so. I guess we are now.
I guess we are, man. Like that's why I hit you, because see, people like us, we would at least finish it to be like, well, it might get a little better. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what I was hoping for. I was hoping for the best.
Yeah, me too. I love the Wizard. Like, I don't know, man. It was bad. It was bad. But and man, we like, gotta
hold on real quick. Like, I enjoyed the cast because, like, when I first seen Shameik Moore, my first time even seeing him was on Netflix with what's the one show with him where he was the he wanted to be the DJ or whatever he was supposed to be, like Grandmaster Flash or something. Was it it wasn't called the Underground? Was it the Underground? No, it wasn't the Underground. The Get Down.
I'm not sure. The first.
It was called the Get Down.
Oh, see, I didn't watch the Get Down. The first time I seen him was in Dope.
Okay, yeah. See, I seen Dope after that. That's what made me actually watch Dope, because I didn't know he was the dude in Dope. But I seen the Get Down, and I was like, yo, he's pretty good in this. And then, because the Get Down to me was amazing. The way that they broke down hip hop and then like chronicled it, you know what I'm saying, like right after the disco, because the one dude that plays he plays the Black Manta in Aquaman. He's in there too. I think his name is like Malik Yahidi or something. I forgot what his name is. But he's dope too. He's a dope actor too. So like they had some great acting skills in that show. So for him to be in this, like he did, to me, I feel like he did his best trying to be a native person from New Orleans. And then like, you know what I'm saying, the young dude, Denzel Whitaker, he did as well. He did a great job, you know what I'm saying, from the small part that he was in. But yeah, man, the rest of it was just it was all falling apart. But we can move on, man. It was horrible though.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. But man, we got a treat, man. You know, I told Casey what we was doing. He was like, yo, he's like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
And I had told my one movie critic on my route. Like I told them, and they was like talking about how much they love this movie as well. Mm-hmm. But man, this is a classic, man. That gets slept on, man. It's one of those movies that you know, came out back in 99 and 98. Yeah. Came out back in 98. It was just one of those movies, you know, one of those high school movies. You know, it's cheesy a little bit. Yeah. But like I said in the trailer, this would be like the perfect way. If they wanted to take over, this would be the perfect way to do it. And what we're talking about
I think at the time it was dope too, though. At the time it came out, it didn't seem cheesy when it came out. Yeah.
Like it's just the rewatchable moments of going back and watching it now. Yeah. It's kind of like, dang, man, we used to love this. Man, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. Like it's still you know what I'm saying, fire movie. But we're talking about the Faculty, man.
Right.
The Faculty was, you know, it had this moment in time. and it was a
Yep.
very necessary movie. And I also feel that if they wanted to come down here and take over, man, this is the perfect way to do it. Because my man said it. He was like, "Would you go Independence Day style and blow up the White House, or would you just sneak into the back door?" And like that's
Yeah.
the way to do it. And I think ain't it set in your neck of the woods? Wasn't it? No, it was like
Um.
Indiana or
Yeah. I don't.
Iowa
Also, I
or
don't
something
think
like
it's in
that.
Ohio. I don't think it was in
I
Ohio,
don't
but I
think.
know it was Midwest though. It was definitely
Yeah,
Midwest.
it was Midwest, and it just like it makes sense to go to a Midwest school. You know what I'm saying? And they was acting like they was giving people ear exams, and like they
Yeah.
was because it was like these things would be host to your bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and then like what they did was just basically it would dry your body out, so the people would drink water all the time, and
Yeah.
it would be the perfect way because the only way to get around it was if you knew that the person was acting weird. You know what I'm saying? Because there was one scene where my man, when they got the coach, he was like, usually because they showed the coach before he had
Yeah.
got the host in him. He was yelling, "Get off
Mm-hmm.
your ass!" No, 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 all this type of shit, throwing clipboards and flipping over damn not water bottles, but
Yeah. He was going crazy.
Gatorade.
The
He was
water
going
table,
nuts.
all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when my man said to quit football, oh man, if that's the decision that you want to do, I support you 100%. He was like, that ain't
Mm-hmm.
coach. You know what I'm saying? It's so like the only people that would know, because they would be like, what I'm saying, you're acting weird, you're drinking water all day. So that
Yeah.
would be the perfect way for them to take over the world, man, is to do it. Go to a small town, spread throughout that small town. They're just like coronavirus, dude. That's how that shit happened. That shit happened in one part of the country, and then that shit just spread it all over the world.
Man, the crazy part about this though, right, was okay. So, and it came out in 1998. So, 1998, I was 10, and watching this movie, I watched it with my older cousins because at this time Blockbuster was still out, so they was able to go to Blockbuster and rent movies, and so they rented this movie, and this movie freaked me out when I first watched it. I ain't gonna lie, because to see, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you can envision high school, right? Like, you think high school is already this tough place with all the movies at that time that was coming out, because at that time it was a bunch of movies about high school, so you already think high school is stressful enough. So then to come to find out that not only could you be getting bullied and beat up and stuffed in lockers or getting swirlies, or maybe you're not the dude that make the football team or basketball team, or maybe so everybody just pick on you in class and you're the smartest kid in class. No, you got to worry about aliens getting in your body somehow and fucking and taking over your goddamn school, bro. Like, man, listen, this movie was so I don't know, man. Like, this movie was so funny, but it was so cool at the same time because it was like it kind of covered every aspect of what I'm saying, like high school student life. You know what I'm saying? You had the one guy who was kind of the popular guy. He was like the guy on the football team who went with the cheerleader, and then she was in it as well. Then you had the cool black guy. You know what I'm saying? Usher, shout out to him. He was the cool black guy in the school. He played on the football team, and then they had the one guy who he's popular, but he's not really popular. Like, people know him, but they don't really fuck with him. And Zeke, and
They
then they
look, they
had
know because he the 5 year, 6 year senior.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? He done been there forever. Then they got the one chick who, like, she a goth or a outlaw or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She always in trouble. She probably done set the school trash can on fire a couple times. And then they got the new chick. They got the new chick who is basically coming to the school. You know what I'm saying? And don't
From
nobody
Atlanta.
really know her. Yeah, she trying to find her way around. You know what I'm saying? And Mary Beth. So it covered like all the bases of, what I'm saying, stereotypical high school movies. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then, what I'm saying, each of the teachers kind of covered it too. You know what I'm saying? You had the manic teacher, you had the cool teacher, you know what I'm saying? You had the not really giving a fuck coach, Then you had, you know what I'm saying, the laid back teachers and shit like that. So I mean, it was the movie was, you know what I'm saying, your stereotypical 90s high school movie, but it added that weird element of aliens and zombies and shit in it. So it was like, yeah, this was a great mashup, bro, for what it was.
You know, it's funny you say that because like you had all of these ideas of what high school would be like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, fortunately for me, cause see, I was 13 in 98 when this movie came out. And the thing for me was, cause see, in 98, I was let me see, I was in the 8th. No, I was in the 7th grade.
Okay.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Yeah,
7th or 8th?
Because I went to high school in 2000 was my first year, so I was in the 7th grade.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I was going to the high school after school because, like I told you, I was on the C team. I was on the 9th grade football team and basketball team when I was in the 7th grade. So the bus would bus me to the high school. So I knew a little bit what to expect, not too much, because you know what I'm saying, I was going when school was out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, so I knew a little bit by a little bit. But when you watching these movies about high school, you got this interpretation of what you think high school is gonna be like. And I haven't seen not one movie that was like my high school. And I think that because I only went to one, so I don't really know because everybody's experiences are different. But like now, the one thing that you said is true. Like you got those certain group of people. Like everybody got those. I remember the goth students. I remember the dudes that was nerds. You know, I was a part of that football team thing. You know, I was popular by association. You know what I'm saying? Because I was on the football team and shit. And then you had the one teacher who, you know what I'm saying? You see, she had the potential. Because she's like the one teacher.
Man, what?
She wore the glasses and she spoke really low. And you like, man, if she lose those glasses, you know what I'm saying? Do her hair this way.
I know who you talking about. I thought you were talking about Selma Hayek.
No, she's a nurse.
Still.
Oh, she had it. She had it. No, Principal Drake had it too.
Every day. Yeah, I just sick every day.
No, I'm in the principal's office every day. I thought, man, Drake.
I'm going to the nurse's office.
Yo, and you remember when I told you last week when we had that one assistant principal that could get it, and I said her name was Miss Laura. That's Miss Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in there all the time.
Hey, she had them things sitting up, boy.
What?
Them things.
And so like, and then you had Jon Stewart playing the one teacher that was kind of cool. And like I had that one teacher that, you know what I'm saying, you would just go in there and just rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just like cool guy.
Had two teachers like that. My freshman year teacher, Mr. Smith, he was like that. And then my senior year, Mr. Smith was our physics teacher, freshman year, and then senior year, our government teacher, Mr. Spencer. That's who Jon Stewart's character reminded me of.
Yep. And then like but I would say the movie that got me though was Varsity Blues. And see, Varsity Blues came out, I believe, 99. I was like, yo, if they hitting like that on Varsity, but I had to question it a little bit, but I was like, oh no, but like but they catching people in the air. You know what I'm saying? And then but then like you would see like these parties, and then this is what kills me. Like the one thing that stood out that nobody really talks about Varsity Blues, right? So the very first party, there was a dude that was there, and he was smoking weed. They was like, hey, you know this dude, he graduated in 89. He's like, you still coming to these high school parties?
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
He said, I don't miss these. He said, I don't miss these. And then the tweeter told him to put that pot on his head. He said, I'm a dumbass. I'm about to get hit in the balls. I'm going to hit him with that bat. Oh, man, that was hilarious. But you got those people. Mm-hmm. But anyway, like this movie, man, like I think the concept to come out with a type of movie like that, and then like to do the whole scene where when Casey found the one part of the alien that dried up, and then like so he took it to Jon Stewart now when he was the teacher, and like he was like, Casey, I think you might have found a new species type of thing, and then it's fucked up what Usher said. Usher told the goth girl, like, we found one of your people. and then she hit his ass, and then it knocked over that glass of water, and then it started moving. Man.
Yeah.
And then when they put it in, and look, I would say, for it to come out in '98, when they put it in that tank and it started swimming around, that was some good graphics, man. That was some great graphics.
Amazing. Yo, when she was in the swimming pool and she was actually the monster, and then she turned back into the human. Yo, that shit was dope as fuck too. Like I didn't. That's one of the scenes that creeped me out the most. Like she jumped in that motherfucker and she turned into it, and then like right when she got back up, like she turned into the human. I was like, oh shit, that fucked me all up.
No, what fucked me up was when she turned into the human, and then the big stuff was in the shadow.
Yeah,
that shit was dope. I was like, what the fuck? But like the graphics was really, really good for this movie, man.
Oh,
and like,
real quick, time out. Real quick, shout out to Mary Beth as well too, because she had a nice set of movie boobies. Mm-hmm. She had a good set of movie boobies. Yeah.
It's a movie movie.
Hey man, look, it's only a certain set of people in that lane that had good movie boobies. You know what I'm saying? And she was in that category.
Man, shout out to Laura Harris, man.
Yeah.
Man, that was funny. But movie boobies. But like, but it was crazy how they put their little team together. You know what I'm saying? Because like nobody really rocked with each other. You know what I'm saying? And like, because the people that ended up, quote unquote, saving the world, like none of them was friends. Like the only people that was friends was the football player, the quarterback Stan, and then Delilah. Usher. Like that was the only one that was cool. Well, I'm talking about
Usher,
in the group of.
Usher
I'm talking about I'm talking about the group of the people. I'm talking about the group of the people that saved the world. Because remember, it was Josh. Harden. Yeah. That's what I mean. And then they added Mary Beth by association because Mary Beth was making out with Zeke in the damn science lab because he was going through the damn science lab, stealing utensils and all type of shit. Yeah, all the supplies so he can go home and make his fucking made together coke. Like he just mainly used them.
Hey, now that is something. Yeah, that is crazy too. That cocaine would be the one drug, the one thing that saved everybody. Cocaine would be the one thing that saved everybody from aliens. And then it was made up cocaine where he just used a whole bunch of their caffeine pills and just crushed that shit. And then he put it in. That was dope how he put it in their pens. In the pen,
yeah. That shit was wild, man. And then you had the two drug heads. You remember when the two drug heads came up on Zeke? He was like, man, you got any more? He was like, nah, man, I'm all tapped out. And then he kept like, dude, he was pressuring them. He was like, no, you got any more? You got any more in your car? You got any more at home? He was like, what wrong with you?
He was wild.
Man, that dude was wild.
So like,
he was like,
could you imagine yourself in that situation? Like, you find out that everybody in your school or most of the people in your school are fucking aliens. Like, how do you think you would handle that?
Well, I mean, the very first thing is obviously, you know what I'm saying, with us being black, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you were thinking what I'm thinking. First thing I'm thinking is run. But you got to think about what Casey said. Casey was like, dude, it spread through our hospital in a day. What do you think it's going to be like in a week? So it's like, if you know, you're kind of really stuck to where you got to do something, because once you figured it out and you actually seen it happen and you see how fast it's spreading, there's no way you can outrun it. So you kind of forced to try to, I guess, call it being a hero because you have to know. Because see, the great thing about it, everybody that ended up collecting brought something to the group except Mary Beth because she was just there to goddamn spy on y'all because y'all got some shit going on.
Exactly.
So she was just there to be so I could be ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously, you have to do what the idea that Zeke came up with because they was like we could be an alien and it could be an alien in the group because they figured out that if they sniff their stuff up their nose that it would kill you because it would dry them out because they did it with the teacher that was Jon Stewart.
Yep.
So you would have to make sure everybody's good. And my girl Mary Beth, you know what I'm saying, she had the little fucked up finger. You know what I'm saying? She knocked that shit out.
Yeah.
When damn Delilah when she did her shit. But like, yeah, I mean that's the main.
Don't forget too. Remember when she was doing that, her nostril closed up too. Did you see
closed up too? Yeah.
That shit was nuts, bro. That shit fucked me up. I was like, oh shit, she a goddamn alien. The whole time she's alien.
And and the movie did it that way too, to make everybody suspicious. To be like, why would you be suspicious of the new girl? Except, you know what I'm saying, Stan made that. You know what I'm saying? The assumption was like, look, ain't none of this shit started happening until you got here.
Yeah.
And then Zeke, you met this girl 5 minutes ago, and you gonna try to stand up and get all buff with him, talking about something, man, hold on, man.
Yeah, man, because he was getting the lips, man. You can't be mad he was getting the lips.
Man, look. Zeke, you done been in high school for 7 years, man. This your first time getting some lips?
Nah, I'm sure it wasn't, but you know what I'm saying? Them fresh new high school lips, you know what I'm saying? She had the great movie. I'm with him. Stand up to Stan. He was probably sick of Stan shit anyway, because he probably wanted some of Delilah.
True. So I'm gonna throw that question back to you, man. Like, what would you do in that situation?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Knowing me, and at the time when I was in high school, I probably would end up being an alien.
I mean, I can see what you're saying.
I was careless in high school, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if some shit like that had, especially at my high school, like if some shit went down like that at my high school, nobody would have ever known because like we didn't give a damn about what the teachers was talking about or what the teachers was doing. So we wouldn't have known that they was aliens. And then like we all had our own little groups. So like if anybody in my group was to ever become an alien, we all would have been aliens because we ain't do nothing but hang around each other 24/7. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if one of us would have got it, we all would have just been we'd have been fucked up. So I probably would have been one of the aliens. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, if my name would have got called to, if I didn't, I was meaning if I was one of the characters.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, if I was one of the characters, I probably would have been Elijah's character. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been nervous, scared and shit. Probably would have did something heroic on accident, something like that.
I can see that. Because I was speaking from that way, but I mean, like, more than likely, I would have been one too. They'd have been like, "Hey, we're doing hearing test in the office." I'd have been like, "All right, whatever."
Now see, they wouldn't have got it. They wouldn't have got us that way. I'll tell you that right now. Because nobody going to the office for hearing test. That was just an excuse to skip. Like they'd have been calling back and forth trying to find us if that was the case. They'd have had to come up with some totally different way. You know what I'm saying? Like to get us, they would have never got us with that. Because nobody was going to, like, anytime they was like, go to the office, they had to call our school security to come get us, to take us to the office to make sure we go. Like, you're not just telling one of us, go to the office and expect us to be at the office. That's not going to work. I'm telling you right now. They'd have never got me if that was the case. Because my grandma, well, actually, where I live now is actually, like, literally right around the corner from my old school. So I'd have just walked to my grandma's house if I was in trouble. Like, forget that.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But yeah, man, it was wild, man. Like I feel like I mean, once, because like when you asked me the question, I took the question as if I was, one of the characters that actually saw
Yeah.
like this stuff go down, and like
Mm-hmm.
because I think that the first reaction would be like, oh shit, I'm fucking running. I'm telling my mom and my
Yeah.
dad like, yo, there's some crazy shit going on there, but school I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? But then like I said, it spread it through the high school so fast, and then it's the
Mm-hmm.
perfect way to do because like you remember the football game what they was doing, how they was hitting people during the football game.
Man,
Usher.
yo, them niggas turned into the Monstars, bro. Them niggas turned into the real life Monstars, bro. That shit was
yo,
ridiculous.
yo, Usher out there a $135 now clothesline somebody.
Laying people out. Do you hear me? I'm talking
You know what I'm
about,
saying? With the middle bar. You know what I'm saying?
bro,
Going down
like
there.
easy money, bro. Like he ain't even flinching. Like like come on, man. That
Man,
shit
that
was
was
wild,
crazy.
man.
And look, all they gotta do, tackle somebody, spit that thing in there, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got the other school started. So it was just like that will be the perfect way, you know what I'm saying, to get that shit done. And then Dwayne Martin made a quick appearance and he turned into an alien in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo, Dwayne Martin has found himself in so many movies for no reason. like, like I don't know how he was getting in movies, bro. Like he's probably one of those dudes that will forever live in Hollywood and work in Hollywood and really ain't like he's known in Hollywood, but he's not like a star or like even your common everyday character type of guy. Like he's just a dude
oh,
that literally pops up in movies.
dude.
He's like the Black Stan Lee.
Hey, yo,
Literally,
he
man.
popped up real quick. Hey, he popped up real quick in this. He popped up. We just did a movie. Any given Sunday, he was in there for about, you know what I'm saying, 2 minutes. Then my man, no, the craziest appearance though, when he was in Scream two, was it 2 or 3?
It was one. I think it was two.
I think it was 2. He was the cameraman.
Yep. Yep.
And
That's
he
what I'm
pulled the
saying,
black thing. He pulled the black thing like, yo, this is crazy shit going on here. Yo, I'm out of here. He fucking left.
bro. I'm telling you, he's the Black Stan Lee, bro. Like he just appears in movies and has no point in really being in the movie. He plays the
Yeah.
roles like he plays the roles that extras like you would find an extra to play, but he just get paid for his role.
Dude, it was so funny. I had to mention that, man. Cause like they I was like, boy, he was in not even 5 minutes, boy. He already now turned into an alien. But he went in there with Principal Drake, boy. But he thought, boy, he was about to
Yeah.
get lucky real quick. I guarantee. I wish I could have seen what happened in there, man. I bet you, boy, Principal Drake
No,
walked up on him.
the greatest scene to me the best scene in this movie was when they was sneaking into the teacher's lounge and the
Oh shit.
nurse and I forgot who else was in there had went into the teacher's lounge and they had to hide in the closet and then
Him and Delilah.
they found the shriveled up body. Oh my god, bro! You talking about hilarious, bro? That was the funniest slash best scene in the movie. Because first off,
Nope.
I was thinking Selma Hayek was about to get some business put on her. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had a long crush on Selma Hayek. Her and Penelope Cruz are two of my Hollywood crushes. So Selma Hayek off rip. I don't give a damn what she doing. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Anytime she about to get in the sexy scene, I'm with it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get my eyes fulfilled at 10 years old. It didn't go down. You know what I'm saying? The petrified body fall, and they in there screaming, like, man, fuck that. If you ever seen Scooby Doo when they do the foot roll and then the smoke be up and they zoom,
Yeah.
that'd have been in real life if I'd have seen some shit like that, bro.
No, dude. That's not the funniest part. The funniest part is when Zeke is in the car with the teacher, and the teacher's trying to get his ass right. And so
Yeah.
Zeke put on his seatbelt and crashed into that bus, and then she
Mm-hmm.
flies through the windshield, and then he see her motherfucking head on the ground with the little leg shit, and her body is
Oh
searching for her head.
man, bro! I'm
Oh
like,
man,
what the fuck? Yo, that shit. Another thing that creep. I told you, bro. This movie creeped me the fuck out, bro. It was so many. It was so many just little weird things in this goddamn movie, bro. Like I'm cool on it. But the funny thing is, I had just recently watched this movie probably about a month or two ago, right? And if anybody know me, I stay on YouTube. I be on YouTube going in wormholes, and I don't know, man. I'll be watching YouTube about one thing, and then the next minute I'm off in some distant land about something else. So um, that little thing, that little creature, reminded me of this thing that they talk about called Organism 46B, and it's supposed to be like this octopus-like creature that can turn into, like, it could shapeshift, it could take over your body, like all kind of shit. Like it could kill you. It's strong, all kind of shit. So when I watch The Faculty and I see that creature, it reminds me of Organism 46B. If y'all haven't heard of it, go Google it, go check it out. But it's, if you into it, it's some wild shit. If you into conspiracy theories, it's it's one of those things that'll freak you out. And after you research it, go watch The Faculty, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's it's crazy, but to me, that's what that shit reminded me of.
oh yeah, that shit was wild, man. And then like, then the one part that got me was when when Stan out, when they was all in the gym, and they
Mm-hmm.
sent Stan out. So they get Stan because the crazy part was, now, as great as the graphics was for those first two things we talked about, when they were standing out in that rain and they were staring at the rain, and their faces had the skull looking look, and all
Oh
those little red
yeah,
things
man.
sticking out of there.
Yeah, that shit was weird.
It was weird. It wasn't the greatest graphics for that. But you know what I'm saying? So they get Stan, and then Stan come back, and then he
Mm-hmm.
sees old girl, and then give him the thing about do the test. And
Yeah,
then when he pulled that shit out, I was like, oh man, they got Stan. And Stan trying to talk her
heartbroken.
down, talking about you come over here, you'll be beautiful. And I was like, just like, but damn, what the fuck you said? I ain't beautiful now? Like, what the hell? Like, I just thought that shit was funny. I was like, what you
Yo,
mean?
another creepy part, bro, is when the football team was walking in formation, trying to get him, and
Oh yeah.
he was on the bus. Oh my god, bro, you talking about scary, bro? Like, can you imagine that? You a
Oh
nerd,
man.
and then the
I,
whole football team is after you, man.
oh man. But you remember they said he had some wheels, man. He asked him to come out for the football team
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
was
he was
running from
fast
them
as hell.
earlier.
Yeah,
And
most
like,
nerds aren't fast.
yeah, man, they get beat up all the time. You got
Yeah,
to be able to
so
escape that. You know what I'm
got
saying? You got
to.
to be able to maneuver. You
They
got
they
to
make great punt
you got to
returns.
do the hey, look, you got to do the day move when he was running from Baby D. You know what I'm saying? When he
Baby
did the
D.
whole
Hell yeah, you gotta get away from him.
yeah, I will tell you this though. What I think that when I started thinking that shit was weird was when they finally got Principal Drake and they had her in the gym, and so they was like, it only made sense for it to be Principal Drake because she's like, you know what I'm saying, she's the principal, so they thinking that,
Hmm.
and she turned, somebody else, so they think it's her, and so when they tried to get her to sniff the thing, and she was like, no, I will not. I thought that shit was so funny. And then, so then they was like, we'll stick her in the eye. He was like, you stick her and I'll shoot her. It's like, so don't go ahead. Hey, so then Principal Drake started to get out. And then, like, they shot her in the head because she started to get out. And then, like,
Hmm.
all the little shit started coming out of her forehead. And so
Oh
then,
man.
and then when I thought something got funny, when Mary Beth started pouring all the shit on there, right? And then it was some more left, and then she poured all of it. And it's like, hold up. Why would she do that? You know what I'm saying?
That's how you knew. Yeah, that's how you knew.
It was like, why would you? Because she was Princess Drake was done with the little bit that they already had on.
Mm-hmm.
She was done, but then she pulled the rest of it. It was like, why would she do that? And then like even as like a 13, 14-year-old kid or 15, whenever I saw it, and I'm like, something's up with that girl. And then when you start having that conversation with Stokely, and then she punched Stokely and that goddamn arm popped out that bitch.
Man.
I was like, man, why that is one ugly ass alien, yo.
That's one chick I felt sorry for throughout that whole movie was Stokely, because they found a way to make her look average. Because she's not an average looking chick in real life. Like if you seen her in real life without that goth makeup, she actually nice. She's actually nice. So they found a way to make her look like an average chick in this movie, and that was an incredible makeup job. Because she wasn't cold in this movie at all.
That's funny. This mother said, I
And
felt bad for Stokely.
They had some hot females in this movie, bro, and they made her look average. Do you hear me? I was like, yo, how did they pull this off? But you know what I'm saying? The funny another funny scene in this movie is when Miss Burke had came up to Zeke about the condoms, and he was talking about the scary flavored condoms.
Yeah.
Oh, man, listen, man, I know Zeke was between a rock and a hard place in that one, boy. I know he was feeling his hormones rise on that, because I was like, man, look.
No, hold up. Are you talking about when she came with the? Hold on. Are you talking about when she still had the glasses and shit? Or are you talking about when she?
The first time. Not the first time. The second time did it and embarrassed her. I'm talking about the second time when she had alien.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he said. Oh man, and she said, I'm thinking something cherry flavored.
Man, boy. What? Man, you talking?
That's when I would have turned to an alien.
You talking about boning your teacher?
Hey,
listen.
I would have been an alien. I would have been an alien right there.
What, bro? Jean Grey could have got it right then and there, bro. Do you hear me? Jean Grey. I'd have turned her into the Phoenix, bro.
Oh man, yeah. Hey, that's a tricky situation. But hey, you know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of I can't remember. I think it was the first one. Scary Movie. You know what I'm saying? When he was in the closet with the trash bag, not trash bag, but the paper bag over the head.
Yeah.
You remember that scene?
Yeah. Man, listen,
hey, yeah.
That's one of them moments, man. This is fight or flight, man. You got to go for the gusto. You got to go for the gusto, man. That's when you create the school scandal. That's when all that alien shit go out the window. You create that school scandal for that.
Oh man, that was funny. That was too funny. But like you said, like you mentioned it earlier, and you said that, say the word by mistake. And it was so crazy because, you know what I'm saying, it got all the way down to my man Casey. He was by himself. Everybody got turned into an alien. And he come up with the idea to go through the bleachers and catch that bat. And see, the thing is, the crazy thing about the alien was the more water it got, the bigger it got.
Yep.
And like they figured out, like, because what they was doing was, like, when they was having conversations earlier in the movie, they were saying that, in theory, by some movies, if you kill the host, you know what I'm saying, it'll kill all the rest of them.
Yep.
And everybody else will become regular again. And so he's running through the bleachers with the last couple of coked up damn sleeping pills he had left. Stab that bad boy in the eye, it white it out, and then everybody and all the little things push themselves out of it. I thought that like to use, I think it's great when movies use other movies for ideas, because I think that that's something that we do in regular life all the time. I think that especially like when you're movie people like us, like we watch a lot of movies, and like, dude, my mind is so fucked up. I have dreams of movies, and then I be thinking Dude, I be thinking I'm dead ass serious. I be thinking I can whoop people ass like people do in the movies because I've seen so many movies. Like, like that's not fucked up. Oh shit! I forgot to tell you, dude. I had the all-time dream the other night.
What's that?
Man, listen. So you remember what I told you before? I said, man, if I was a single dude with no kids and I was just like a second generation rich kid, I said that I would be a storm chaser chasing motherfucking tornadoes. Dude, I had a dream. I was in fucking Tornado City, dude. Like it was fucking tornadoes everywhere. Man, it was ripping shit up. I'm running. Dude, I woke up tired as hell because I was running in my dream the whole damn time.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I woke up, dude. I woke up and I was like, why am I so fatigued?
Yeah.
It was like, and it was just like in the dream, I was running the whole time, dude. That shit, it was just tornadoes everywhere. It was just crazy. But yeah, I had an all-time dream. But I love when like movies use other movies to come up with ideas. And that's just like, they did it in Avengers. You remember when my man was talking about the time travel thing and my man said, are you talking about Back to the Future? He was like, no, why would I talk about Back? Yeah, I'm talking about Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I love how they did that though. That was a great concept. Just to use I think they used Close Encounter and I thought they used the other movie too. But Casey came up with those. I mean Stokely was a huge part of them fucking getting this thing done. She was very important in this movie.
She was actually a smart student. She just was a loner, bro. Like something happened to where she ended up just turning goth and being a loner. But remember, they were saying like she used to be like a nerd, so it made sense. It made a lot of sense.
Oh yeah. But I did hate how they made Stan the dumb. Now it's one thing that I did like about Stan. Is something I hated about Stan. I hated that they made him the dumb football player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I love how they did do the whole thing of, because in some situations, they didn't do the shit for me. I wish they did do it for me. But like giving him grades and stuff. And what I did like about him, he was just like, he went home and he studied for this test. And he was like, I made a D. He said they gave me a B. He was like, I studied all night and I got a D. Give me my D. I thought that shit was cool as fuck.
I'd have took that B.
You would have took the B, or you like give me my D that I deserve?
No, I'd have took that B.
Oh yeah, I mean I would have took the B. That's what I'm saying. I wish they would have gave me that shit.
Yeah, I studied all night. If I got that D and you turn it to a B, I got a B. No, he was tripping. He was on some other shit. What I didn't like was that, you know what I'm saying, they didn't really showcase Usher like that, man. Like, to me, I didn't feel like Usher got enough screen time in that movie. You know, and I think that, I mean, I understand why, because that was his debut, you know what I'm saying, acting, but I think that he could have did I think he could have did a lot more, you know what I'm saying, in that movie. And then for the time that we did see him, I think he did pretty good.
Yeah, and the other person is Jon Stewart. He died too fast. Like he died way too fast. Even though I like Robert Patrick, but I wish that Jon Stewart would have been the coach, because we would have got more of Jon Stewart.
Robert Patrick was the perfect bad guy. Robert Patrick was the perfect bad. He looked like he would have been the alien. He looked like an alien in the movie.
Cause he's the alien in Terminator, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he just got that he got that weird look, man. Like it's just something about him just screamed the bad guy, the evil villain, the alien man, all that shit. But he was the perfect person to put in that role, man. He did a hell of a job too.
Hey, did you know that Terminator movie was his first movie?
I had no idea.
Dude, that's crazy. He did an interview. He was on some podcast. I wish I could remember what it was. And he was like, that Terminator movie was my first movie. And and that's crazy. And now, granted, he didn't talk much, but for him to keep that what do you call it, emotionless face like throughout the whole movie, And he was just saying, like, when they was going over that role with him, and like, you're not technically human and all of this type stuff, and you don't have any emotion, and he was just saying that movie, what I'm saying, really kicked off his career just from it being his first movie. So
yeah, and it's not easy to play a role that doesn't have lines either. I think a lot of people underestimate that. Like, a lot of people think that, playing a role and saying something is hard. I think it's a lot harder to play a role, especially a prominent role in a movie, and not have any lines. Because now it doesn't, what I'm saying, your voice can't be your tool. Like, you have to really act. Like, everything you do has to be, facial expression, body language, motion, what I'm saying, the way you walk, the way you react to things, facial expressions. Like, you really have to put in some effort to actually act now. You don't just have to say a couple lines and then, what I'm saying, next scene. It's like you really have to put yourself into that role. So I think that's actually harder to do than, anything else.
Man, and then I got to mention this, man. My girl, Jordana Brewster. Listen, I'm not ashamed to admit this. When I stayed with my mom was huge into the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom used to watch, and this is the older it went. She used to watch As the World Turns, Bold and the Beautiful, God and Light. No. Bold and the Beautiful was first. And then it was As the World Turns, God and Light. And damn, I forgot what the fourth one was.
Was
but
it
anyway,
Passions?
No, it was everything that came on CBS. It was because CBS used to have 4 that used to come on in a row.
I know one of them was, I don't know if it was around that time, but I know one of them was like, it was kind of like Passions or something like that. That shit was crazy.
That might have been the one that came on the soap channel. And so Joanna Brewster came from, I remember her from As the World Turns.
Oh, really?
This is the first time I've seen the movie. Because I remember her leaving As the World Turns, and then I seen her in The Faculty. I was like, oh shit, that's why she ain't on As the World Turns anymore.
Yeah.
So, but huge crush on her. She was her and Sharon on the fucking soaps. I used to be like, man, but I was like, yeah. They used to get me. So I had to mention that, man.
I never got into the soaps. I ain't gonna lie to you. Never got into the soaps. My grandma used to watch that shit, man. I couldn't wait to go outside.
Man, this is what my mom used to do because she worked during the day.
Yeah.
She had this VCR recorder remote that you set it on the time.
I already know, yeah. Oh my
gosh, bro. Look, my mama was a wizard. She was a wizard with the remote. She knew exactly when to stop fast forwarding, man. It was just like, you never mess up. Like, she would get it.
They so used to it because it's the same every time. It's the same every time, bro. They so used to it.
Every time. Yeah. And then, see, back then, we didn't have no cable. So that was really like the only TV.
Remember when the Price is Right used to come on? Now that's my joint. Price is Right is my joint.
The old Price is Right, yeah. With the what was his name?
Was
it Bob Barker?
Yeah, Bob Barker. Make sure you get your pets spayed and neutered, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. That's my guy, bro. That's my guy. When Plinko used to come on, bro, I used to get hyped.
I used to love the car girls. They used to do the little thing. Here's a new car.
It was a solid 5 to 6 year run that I had where I could tell you how much something was just by looking at it. Because I was watching The Price is Right that much.
Oh yeah. And then you used to be at home, you used to be guessing the shit.
Man, I used to be getting all that shit right. If they would have allowed a 13 or a 12 or 13-year-old to get on The Price is Right, I'd have won some money. I'm talking about the games, I'm talking about the showcase, all that. I'd have won some money. I probably would have got a trip to Hawaii. I was that guy.
Oh man. Yeah, I remember The Price is Right, but I remember that. But yeah, man, it was a good movie. And like before we get to Fire Flames, man, Josh Hartnett, like for the people that don't know, this was his very first movie was Halloween H2O.
Yep.
But this is the kicker. Same year, Halloween H2O just came out before the Faculty did. Because if you watch Halloween H2O, it says introducing, and when they say introducing, that means this is their first film.
Yep.
And so he actually filmed both of these movies in the same year, and for him to be in a supporting leading role, it was supporting leading role. Like the lead was actually Elijah Woods, but he was the supporting lead. And for him to do as well as he did in a movie, you know what I'm saying, in the same year that he had the other movie to come out, he came out with a bang, man. He did a great job playing Zeke, man.
Yeah, he did. He really did. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. In a way, I feel like in some movies he was like kind of typecast as like that outcast. You know what I mean? Like disobedient teenager type role. But he was
the same guy in O.
Yeah, yep, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he's had other roles where like he's actually had to be somebody totally different. But for him to have the small run that he had, like he had a hell of a run.
And I will tell you this: I never talk about it, but one of my favorite shows. It's on the weird side. It's on the weird side. That's my weird side.
Mm-hmm.
It used to come on Showtime. Excuse me. It was called Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
He was in Penny Dreadful. He was the werewolf in Penny Dreadful. Okay. Yeah, that was it's like I said, it's on the weird side, but that shit was good. I really like that. He did a good job in that.
Yeah, so Fire Flame time, man.
Fire Flame time. Damn, I think you went first the last time.
Yeah.
So man,
hold on, real quick.
Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame.
All right, let's go.
All right, man. 98 classic. It was one of those, like I said, one of those high school movies that, you brought up a great point. It's just like, damn, like that's what high school gonna be like. Fucking aliens gonna take over and shit. And like, I think for the lane that it's in, with it being an alien movie, I never really got into a lot of alien movies. But for it to be in the lane that it's in, because like I say, I'm gonna be fair with this movie. I'm not gonna give it so a lot of times I give movies the what do you call it? The Dark Knight treatment or the Inception treatment. You know what I'm saying? Zodiac treatment. I'm not gonna give this movie that treatment. For it to come out when it did, for it to be the classic that it is, the act that everybody was casted well. Only reason I said the one thing about Jon Stewart and the coach was because there was nobody else as a teacher that lasted that long. I just wish that Jon Stewart just had just a little bit more time. But I thought the casting was very well. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is Mary Beth's accent from Atlanta. It was terrible. But other than that, I'm gonna give it, man, because I really do love this movie. I'm not gonna give it that treatment, but I'm gonna give it a 4, man. I'm gonna give it a 4, Fire Flame. I was about to give it a 4.5, but I keep it at 4. But classic.
Okay. It's definitely a classic. You know what I'm saying? The cast was real good. The story was real good. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a very unique story, especially them merging, you know what I'm saying, aliens and typical 90s high school drama type movie together. And to have everything kind of in order, you didn't really, it wasn't one of those movies to where you got lost. You weren't looking around like, how the hell did that happen or anything like that. My only thing was that they never gave us like any kind of backstory on the alien, but they wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. So, you know what I'm saying, we can throw that out. But that was like my only thing. I wanted to know like how the alien got there. But outside of that, man, I think that it was good. It was, it was nonstop action. They had great music in the movie, which is something that a lot of movies fail to do. I think the music, the soundtrack of the movie fit, you know. The acting was good, you know what I'm saying? As far as the characters that they all played, it wasn't like any of them were like out of place with the characters that they played. They actually seemed like they kind of made the characters as the movie went along. The teachers, same way, they did great. So for me, man, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay, we're right around the same area. I ain't
Yeah,
mad at
man,
it. Ain't mad
it
at
was
it
that
one bit.
good. It was that good. The replay value is high too.
Very high, very high. That's what made me almost give it a 4.5. Is that I can
Yeah,
watch this movie anytime that it's on.
yep.
But man, we got a different kind of classic coming
Oh
up.
yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
I mean, can I go ahead and say it's a hood classic?
It's definitely a
Um,
classic.
it's definitely a hood classic. Oh man, Woo, sorry.
Bless you.
I want to say the name, man. This name has dropped in so many songs, man, and
Yep.
it just I ain't gonna say it though, because I don't know though, man. Do you think our audience would know if I said the name?
Probably not, because
You don't think
this is
so?
what I found out about this. This is what I found out about this movie. A lot of people don't even remember this movie coming out until you start naming the characters. So, you know what I'm saying? Like once you get the name and the characters and talking about the movie, that's when people start remembering what's going on. Until then, like if you just throw the name out there, like a lot of people forget that this was even a movie. Like a lot of people only remember like the spoof that was made around this movie and like a couple others. So yeah, I don't know, man. You
Man,
might be able to throw that one out there and they don't know nothing
man,
about it.
listen. OG Bobby Johnson, man.
That's all you gotta say, bro. That's
That's
all
all
you
you gotta
now
say,
people
man.
now people might know. Now people might know. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Shout out to
hey,
him and Ray Ray.
yeah, look, dude, I am so looking forward to this for the simple fact of this is one of those gems. You know what I'm saying? That, like
Yeah,
you said, it gets slept on. Like a lot of people don't remember this movie. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm pretty sure it wasn't a huge budget. You know what
Nope.
I'm saying? It's just one of those movies. It's never really just on HBO or Showtime or FX. It's never really
Yeah.
played. But it's like when you see it and the message that is in it, that
Yeah.
I'm ready. What I'm excited about is the conversation that we're gonna have. Because I think
Oh
that
man.
yeah, we're gonna do some of the movie, but I think the conversation around the movie is
Yeah,
what
because
I'm really looking forward to.
it's real heavy into gang life. It's real heavy into the disparity or the disparities of racial and economical classes in America. This movie also just shows you how important it is to have a father around. You know what I'm saying? How important it is to have a positive male role model around. So this movie is, even though it's not that type of movie, but if you watch this movie, you'll understand why we say what we say about, I'm saying what I'm saying about this movie, because this movie is definitely one of those movies that make you kind of look at, the as they say, the urban life of, you know what I'm saying, the 90s, and you know what I'm saying, what that area was kind of going through. So yeah, I can't wait to talk about this one, man. So y'all stay
Oh
tuned,
yeah,
man. We gonna give y'all something good on that one. But
yes.
you know what I'm saying, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Scoots Bronson _TV. You can also follow me on the YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, hit that like button as well. If you're not on YouTube and you're listening through this with the audio, you can go on YouTube and find us. just Scoots Bronson TV. But if you can't watch it, you want to listen to it, we're on all podcast platforms as well. Got a super super episode of 15 Minutes of Fame coming up very soon. I'm getting everybody wrangled up so we can, so we can talk about the upcoming Super Bowl. We could talk about the playoffs and everything like that. I want to talk some sports, so hopefully, we can get that before the Super Bowl goes down. I'm sure we can. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Also, go check out the last episode I did with Jasmine Soto. She does the organizations helping the world. Go check that out. You can find ways to donate to her. You can find ways to help volunteer if you're in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. Or if you just want to, find a way to branch out and help and, help her expand, you can definitely do that too. Just contact her. You can find out the information on the last episode of 15 Minutes of Fame. Make sure you guys go to the Viewers Anonymous podcast watch group on Facebook. Make sure you send your request in so we can add you. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to do some watch parties. We're going to come up with some movies. You'll be able to get all the information about Viewers Anonymous there, anything that we got coming up. And not only that, man, you can start requesting movies and all that other kind of stuff too. So definitely, hit us up. Let us know, man. Make sure you request to be in that group so we'll know to, add you in and get with you. That's all I got, bro.
Yes, sir, man. You can find me, man, S.Foster8 on Instagram and Twitter on the Stolen Time Pod. Stolen Time Pod on Instagram, Stolen Time Podcast on Facebook, and you can follow the Stolen Time Podcast on all major platforms. Just dropped episode 198. I'm saying, entitled it Still Not the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I had some things to say about Tom Brady. So, you know what I'm saying? I also covered the Tiger Woods doc on there. So, man, put a lot of effort into the episodes. So go check that out. I didn't do it 28 minutes or less this week. That's because I got something big coming up for the next episode. So that's going to be coming out here soon. So be on the lookout for the next 28 minutes or less podcast, not page, but podcast episode. It's going to be a big one, man. I got a good feeling about it. So be tuned in, man. And please, man, subscribe to this. You didn't mention it, but you know what I'm saying? For the people that listen visual, you can go to Scoots Bronson TV on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? To watch the video version of this if you a video type of person. So really appreciate everybody's support, man. Just keep supporting us. We got more to come.
Oh yeah, man. And before we head out, man, another shout out to Casey's daughter, you know what I'm saying, for sending S. Foster that beautiful portrait, man. This is amazing, man. Look at this work of art. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, shout her out once more, man, before we leave up out of here. This was dope, bro. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
y'all
sir,
check that
man.
out, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some real dope people in our corner, man. We got people that, really show us that love and and they really, doing their thing out here, man. So we appreciate all y'all for showing us the support that y'all show us, making sure y'all watch and listen. You know what I'm saying? Look, he got the real thing right there. That's fire.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
so,
man.
we got some great people, man.
Yeah, we definitely do, man. So with that being said, thank you guys once again. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how we do. Same time, 6 o'clock, 6:30ish. We try to get it around that time, but you know what I'm saying? You hit that notification bell on YouTube. You'll be able to watch us live. You'll be able to comment and everything else as well. So stay tuned. We'll be coming. Like I said, Hollywood, man, that's a wrap.
Cut.